The 2020 Cat Riot really got me thinking about what type of rider that I am. I mean, am I the type of guy that spends all my time on the trails and just jumps off trail every once in a while? Or am I a boondock guy that only uses the trails to get to my play area? Because, really trying to figure out what type of rider I am is critical in trying to figure out what type of riot I want to bring home.
It used to be a crossover sled was basically one model in a manufacturer's lineup, and it was pretty identifiable for what it was. Arctic Cat's Crossfire comes to mind, but nowadays this crossover segment is much more fuzzy. Within this category there are subcategories, and a good case in point is the Riot.
Making the right decision is important because the ergonomics on each one of the Riots are completely different from one another and really tailored to their intended riding style. For me, the plain old Riot is best for my riding habits and the areas that I ride in. But there's a huge issue here. There's no X on the side of this thing. You need an X on the side of your snowmobile to be a badass, right?
However, the X would be completely wrong for me. It has a much more aggressive riding posture, mainly because of the telescoping vertical steering post. On the trails, the ape hangers get in the way for positive trail handling. The Riot X's narrow front and rear suspensions are also pulled from the M line, and it has a 2-inch Challenger track. All things that work well in a meadow, but not so much on the trail. If the big X on the side of the Riot swayed my decision, it would have been way wrong. The straight-up Riot is the much better choice for a rider who is going to spend most of their time on the trails, with only the occasional foray into the rhubarb. On the trail, this Riot is much more at home. The wider front end is planted and the laid-back steering post is more comfortable to hang on to and lets you get your weight forward and down more easily. It still has decent off-trail capabilities for when the need overcomes you, it's just that this Riot is optimized to spend most of its time on the trail, where the Riot X is optimized to spend most of its time off of it. It's for this reason, as a buyer, you have to be aware what type of rider you are and how you plan on using the sled. Make the wrong choice, and you won't be happy.
Alright, so here's a curveball for you. Arctic Cat has released their 2021 model lineup, and in case you haven't heard about it, there's another new Riot to choose from.
For 2021, there's a new Riot X. The new 21 has one major change. It's now got the Alpha rear suspension. This change should help customers identify what type of Riot rider they are, as it's now clearly focused on deep snow. Now, all the same reasons the Alpha 1 is changing the riding style for pure mountain sleds are now applied to the new Riot X. However, what makes this new sled work better in the deep stuff has made it worse on the trails. The regular Riots get some updates for 2021, but other than BNG, bold new graphics, they remain largely unchanged. And after spending some time talking with our test riders, we need a bit more time with the new Riot X to figure out the riding style. Stepping down from an Alpha 1 mountain sled will make for an easier transition to this new model, but if the Alpha skid is new to you, it will take some time to get used to. This all comes back to your ride experience, style, and even where you're located when it comes time to deciding between these two siblings that may have come from the same mother, but each have very different personalities.
The new 2021 Monorail Riot X is replacing the current 2020 X package, making it a bit of a unicorn. But because of this, it also means there's going to be a lot of them up here in the used marketplace. Arctic Cat's plan is to have a traveling roadshow of their 2021 product go all over the snow belt in the spring of 2020. Now, this is a great opportunity to ride all the new product. That includes the new Riot X. So if you're a Riot buyer who's having trouble trying to figure out what type of Riot rider you're gonna be, this is a great way to help figure that out.